Well, good morning. It's one of those, when you did a little too much work the day before and you get up and you're little stiff. There's a little stiffness going on there. But oddly enough, it's actually I feel pretty good today. I don't, I everything's kind of moving properly. Kind of needed this. I needed the old frame something ridiculous and lift heavy things for a day to get everything back moving. I looked at the weather forecast this morning, and that 100% chance of rain, which I believed it. I did, and now it's completely missing us, and the sun's going to come out. So all that extra work. Well, I didn't really do the Holden and Chris actually moved all the 2x4s under cover, and the tarp I put up. So the tarp is now not needed because it's not actually going to rain today, which is a bonus. If we're going to take a bonus day and we're going to take advantage of it. I didn't actually, because I got to bring the windows in, and I just, for the sizing, I'm just thinking for that, it's going to be a good day because it's not going to be soaking wet. Especially when you have a tractor that doesn't have a cab on it and you're moving stuff, you end up getting like completely soaked because you're like, not only get rain from above, you get rain on your seat and then you sit on it, so it gets your bum all wet. It's not good. But yeah, so I think I'm going to start with the back wall because it's the least fun wall because it doesn't really have any features. You're just looking into the back side of it, but I do have some windows for that, and I'm gonna frame it for future consideration because I got plans at the back. Not quite yet though, so I'm gonna just frame it for that. And the front, I still haven't, kind of rattling around my head. I got a lot of windows, so it's a question of whether or not I want to put that many windows in the front. Like I could, in theory, put 12 feet worth of windows. The same window that's behind me. See the window that's behind me? I've got 3 more of those. So those are 4x4. So that would be 12 feet by 4 feet wide of windows along the front, which I'm leaning towards. I haven't really quite, firmed up on that, but it's definitely it'd be very picturesque. Anyways, we're going to start with the back. Well, we're going to start with coffee. We're going to start with the back wall, just framing that thing up, get the old gears moving. Chris and Holden aren't here today. They were a big help with the roof structure, getting that up. And I did come up with a plan to further reinforce that kind of where the roof structure ties into the other roof structure. I am probably going to add an additional beam going from end to end just to further shore it up. I did mechanical fasteners into the existing roof, and yes, I think it'll hold. It'll hold probably, 95% of all weather-related incidents, but that 5% would be the insurance of having an extra beam spanning from end to end, kind of tying it all together, and just having all those rafters sit on top of that. That would kind of give you a little bit more reassurance that one doesn't pull apart from the other, and B, if you have like a crazy 4-foot snow at some point, it doesn't just decide to pancake on you, which would really be bad news. So yeah, I'm just gonna mill up a beam. I don't know if you guys can see that from that side, this side to that side, all the way across, and then sit on the outside wall. So it just kind of like it reinforced it. I think it also added some sort of an aesthetic value there, because otherwise you're looking into the rafter tails, which it's not the prettiest looking, but I think a big old beam would look really good there. So that's what my plan is. But I don't know how to do that right now, but that'll be the plan at some point. Well, we're kind of getting the idea of what it's going to look like. Making some pretty good progress today. Probably deal with my beam issue at a later date, but yeah, it looks like we got major completion of the framing done, which I'm pretty pleased with. I've got like 4 sticks remaining, which is a pretty good estimate on lumber. I basically eyeballed it, and it looks like I have enough left. This door at the back is a future consideration. I'm just actually going to, I framed it in, but I'm going to actually just board right over top of it. The idea is to have access to the back at some point to make something else there, perhaps a washroom or just a simple back door to the backyard per se. But yeah, I'm really like these corner windows. Nice little spot for a seat where you can actually look left, you can look right, and you can see out your windows. There's my window there. And then you got a full bank of windows at the front, which is going to give me nice access to the pond area. You can see your wildlife. You can, and the same idea behind here. I guess the idea behind this little space here in the middle there is to put a wood stove there. I'm not quite sure exactly, but I've got a couple of solutions for heating this space. One is going to be radiant in-floor heating. You'll have to stay tuned for that. But also have a wood stove because I just like the look of fire. So I want an indoor fireplace and secondary radiant floor system. But yeah, shaping up quite well. I'm very pleased with it. And yeah. Now that we're making some pretty good progress with the framing, Dawn and I are going to go on a little bit of an adventure. We're actually going to take a look at some motors from the 1920s. There was a lady that we actually picked up a satellite dish from a couple of years ago, and she reached out to me and she said, "Do you want these?" And I said, "Absolutely, they're really cool. I'd like to come take a look at them and see what they are exactly." So the only stipulation was that they can't go to the scrapyard, and I said, "Absolutely, I am not the one to scrap anything." So I'm gonna go check them out. Dawn's gonna meet me there, and we're gonna check out these motors from the 1920s. What do you think it is, Dawn?
It is pretty neat.
Isn't it cool?
Yeah.
It's like a, what is it? Do you know anything about it?
They're a hit and miss motor. But
Okay.
I don't know a lot about them. I know my dad had one.
Yeah.
Just to play around with.
Now you have one too, Dawn, if you want one.
I don't need one. I'm trying to get rid of things.
That's what you should see the stuff he's got.
It's cool.
I'm gonna look in there if he doesn't mind.
And he's built a big part of it himself. So.
I love the building.
Well, there's the wheel for the belt. I can power everything with this.
Move that way.
Now you gotta put that one underneath.
See, I did this once before, you know.
He's done this kind of thing his entire life. Good.
You want to put it right to the
More.
front?
As far as we could, I think.
More. That's it.
Hey, Don.
Ever so slightly.
Donald.
Maybe you could take that too. No.
Well, I'm not taking it out to the road, that's for sure.
A wee bit more.
Okay, I think you're in.
A little more. Whoa. Okay. I think we're in now, right?
There.
Yeah.
There's the big pipe. This is a test of the trailer I built from scratch. All right, she's on the trailer. Look at that. This one is well, it's got all the parts. We got all the parts for this thing. We're gonna actually take a look at a working one. This one is missing some parts, so I don't know if you ever heard of the Gilson engine. We're gonna see if we can find some parts for this bad boy. Get it rocking. It's got the wheel for the big belt. Don's already inside the shop. He's most curious in looking at everything else. So let's go take a look.
Building a sawmill.
Holy moly!
A son-in-law of mine, and then he got killed there.
Oh, sorry to hear
So I
that.
never did finish it.
But you're,
I built that.
Oh, he's got it.
That was,
You got everything in here. Look at that. That's a, what's that? That's a mill, right?
eh,
That's to make your own parts.
eh,
That's to make your own parts.
eh.
Yes, he
Now
makes
look.
his own parts.
Yeah, he did make his own parts. He made a lot of parts.
Oh yeah. Belt driven and everything. That's
See what I did? the old parts for it
Yeah.
is underneath there.
Okay.
See, the old line shaft was up over top.
Yeah. That's wild. Look at the old chainsaws.
I got a
Pioneer.
couple of chainsaws.
Couple.
Pioneer. Look at those.
Light.
He's got a whole trailer full of train shot chains.
Look at them. There's chainsaws everywhere.
I was
No,
making,
he's got a whole,
that's
yeah,
what
he's got
I was
a
making
shed
that
full
for-
of
Yeah.
for a friend of mine, and then he got killed down at the airport.
Oh.
It's a
So I never
sawmill.
did finish it.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
brand new. I built that
Yeah,
here.
take a look at that. So this is a bandsaw mill. I have a bandsaw mill at my house.
Have you?
Yeah.
Yeah, he goes for
Well,
everything.
you want to buy that one?
I got one. I don't need two.
Yeah, well, probably got a shitty one. That's a good one.
Oh, that one is it's heavy duty.
Hospital, when I come back, the squirrels are in here.
The squirrels, yeah, you gotta watch out those
They
squirrels.
knocked everything down.
I
But
want.
anyway,
I'll just take a boo over here. I'm curious. That's neat.
I built this too.
What's that?
Oh, your bandsaw.
Oh yeah.
That's homemade, right here.
Look at the size of that.
What kind of warranty do you offer?
Eh?
What kind of warranty did you
It'll
offer?
never fall apart. If he made it,
No.
it'll never fall
What
apart.
kind of warranty?
Warranty, Dad.
100 years.
100-year warranty.
Yeah.
That is a
Look at the size of that
No,
bar.
no charge
That's a-
for the warranty either.
chainsaw bar. Look at the size of that thing. Were you using this chainsaw bar?
No.
No.
You want to buy it?
No. I'm not man enough to use that
I got the
chainsaw bar.
brand new one still in the case.
Okay. Mother's cupboard? Mother Hubbard cupboard? That's a nice cupboard. Oh yeah.
I have to hide it. There's my shit in there.
Okay. Bandsaw. You've got look at the
Like the
little
old Pioneer sign.
little buck saw. All the chainsaw. You got your spare parts for your chainsaw. Everything's organized. Little
You
milk
gotta
crate.
get this here.
They got cutoff saw. Everywhere you look, there's something different. I love these. I love these old sheds. I'm working on my shed to look like this.
Well, next time you come, bring a big check.
That's the only thing I don't have is a big check.
Thank God I-
There's nothing you can't do, right? Because you got pretty much everything you need. Well, it's pretty much you got everything you need to make anything you need.
He grew up in a sawmill.
That's wild.
You want to see something?
Yes?
Let me in there first.
Yeah. No. I'll go.
It's not very
Right
safe.
here.
It wouldn't safety standards. But
I know.
He's been through it.
Oh yeah. I got all the taps and the dies and everything's organized. Look at that. Yeah.
That's what I did for a living.
Look at the size of that chain. That's wild, eh? That's a wild tooth.
You want part of it to hang on your wall?
I have a whole sawmill shed.
Eh?
I would love a piece of that. That's the biggest. I can get it down. Here, you want me to?
Here.
I can
Yeah,
reach
do
up.
it here.
Oh, you're just gonna, oh yeah, there's a piece. That'll go up in my sawmill shed and it'll be up there forever. That's cool. I'll hang that up.
That was made on Guelph, Ontario, down Hayes Avenue.
Really? At Blunt.
The Omar.
Blunt, Omar.
Omar.
Oh, okay.
was always
Omar,
Omar.
and then Blunt.
Look at the size of that, though.
And now it's Argon
That's
too.
the sharpening.
Oh, that's the sharpener for it. Oh yeah, look at that. You go one side and then the other.
You know, you put the chain in there.
Yeah.
Everything.
Everything shifted. The squirrels must have got into that.
Gets in a lot of
Like you
stuff,
cut
eh?
the chain, then you put it together
Yeah.
there.
Okay. Well, that's the press. That presses the little
Yeah.
the rivet or the.
Yeah, because you got portable ones too that you
Yeah.
can buy.
Oh, there's the chain there. Size of those.
It's a
two.
chainsaw. Take it with you.
And he
Cool.
worked at the Melville Iron.
See, I was in the business. That's what I
And then
did.
Do you still use this?
Yeah.
I still use it, sure. What do you think I do in the wintertime?
Well, I don't know. You're still. That's where you feed it, or is that the ash clean out? Well, that's the damper. And that's where you put the wood in.
Yeah,
And then
well,
use your. There's no handle.
he was,
No, I know
he
it.
would have been
You gotta use a magnet. Yeah.
But her husband, I think, worked there too. I think that's
Oh, she's a little rusty. Oh yeah, there we go.
okay.
So you just fill that guy up. You got the little
You
dam.
probably got some garbage in there.
Oh yeah.
Not that I'm
Well,
not
that's where your
sure.
cardboard goes to
She
recycle.
wasn't married to him very long, so.
That's awesome.
Nobody down everybody.
Everywhere you look.
I
Hey,
could,
Donald,
I could
got it
stay.
all open
Yeah,
for
I could
you.
stay looking in there all night.
I got it open for you, the flashlight.
Oh yeah, I gotta show you something.
They call that the tombstone, don't they?
Eh?
The tombstone welder.
Yeah. That's what I.
Oh yeah, that's what you made all your stuff with. Lincoln.
In fact, take a look at that mill. You'll see what kind of a welder I was.
Oh, I did check out the welds actually. I filmed the welds. I was like, that's pretty
Yeah.
cool. I'm just getting into welding now, so
Are you?
yeah.
Here's a couple that I rebuilt. Come on in.
Oh yeah. So this one's
Look, here's international.
yeah.
That's what that other one is.
Yeah, that's
He
an
finished
international.
it
Okay,
all.
so the one that's got all the parts is international.
And
Oh,
then-
wow, that
Yeah.
one's really well done.
Yeah, he did that.
It's all painted up.
He took that to the.
Let me help you.
See you guys now.
Is that a single cylinder? Is that what that is?
Oh yeah, they're just one single cylinder.
Single
They're
cylinder.
all single cylinder.
And then what does this thing run on?
Huh?
Does it run on like diesel, gasoline, or?
Gas. And some of the early ones
Yep.
in the early 20s used to run on coal oil.
Okay.
But that's what you guys
Lot
could
of
do
work,
with that.
eh?
Yeah.
Lot of,
Huh?
lot
Alright.
of patience, eh?
It's very cool looking.
Take
Oh yeah, they went to
You
steam.
got it. You got it at the steam show.
Oh, I bought all these things went to the steam show.
Yeah, I know they did.
Even her.
Even who?
Even you.
That's a bobsled, but there's some assembly required.
It's a front-end bobsleigh.
Oh yeah. Well, still got the rails. Still look like they're good shape. That's like a winter. That's a rainy day project if I've ever seen one. It's all there.
Yeah.
I can give him a hand if you want that to go somewhere. I can take it.
All right, that's enough.
You know, you could have it. It was going to a good home
What
and
is,
somebody
what is
could.
it?
This is a bobsled.
Oh yeah, let him take it. Let him take it. Did you carry that?
Oh yeah, we can carry that.
Okay.
Well, we'll continue the tour and we'll come back to that.
We'll take-
Did you
Alright.
cut all these shingles?
I did that.
Those are really nice.
That's back in, we moved here in '99.
Okay. I do the rough sawn ones that don't look as pretty as that.
Look at here.
Oh yeah, are you catching a squirrel or is that from?
Catching, no, not
Rat.
squirrel. Catch a rat.
With rats.
This is where the chainsaws live. Holy moly! Look at them all.
I got some of the first ones made in Guelph.
Wow. That's like,
These here,
yeah.
they're made in Guelph, Ontario, down
There in the winter.
on the York Road area.
Yeah.
Just,
Hornet, you'd remember the old Hornet cars, Bob.
That's like a lot of chainsaws.
on the top, eh?
It's possibly every chain. Look at this one. That one's got speed holes in it because you're not strong enough to lift it. Right? That one's the fanciest one ever. Armstrong one? Oh yeah. Oh, you gotta coil your rope and then hopefully it starts?
Yeah, Hornet, they're made in Guelph, Ontario. They used to be made down York Road.
I think Guelph used to make a lot of things, I think.
Yeah, they did at one time, didn't they?
Yeah. Well, oh, all right. Oh, I damn near.
Whoa.
I had my foot caught underneath that.
This size, they must have been the size of plumbers back then. You know, the cast iron, they had just like,
Hey, Mom.
oh, that big one back there. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's a two-man. It's got the other handle for the other guy that holds the end of the saw. A two-man saw. It's got to be. You can hold that side, Don.
Now this year I use in the winter time.
Yeah.
And that Maria and I used to go up and down the road, but we don't go anymore.
Very cool. You used to come in here and watch
Did
TV.
you see the sign in there?
Did you come here and watch TV?
Wall through
This is like your living room. You come in here and watch your TV, right?
Oh my
it? No,
God.
that was one.
Are you
one
serious? We used to go bicycle riding all the time. Our bikes are hanging there.
I was going to give you a gift.
Oh, what's that? This is the. Oh yeah,
That's where they were first made.
1957. That's wild. Cool. I'll take it. I'll put it in my sawmill. All
That became homework.
right.
You can't have that one.
Okay.
I take it to the fair.
That one's a brand new one.
They're all brand new.
Oh, but that one's got no writing on it. Perfect.
That's a brand new one. You
Awesome.
can have that one.
Oh, fall down. I'm gonna go to the trip on it.
Okay. This is like a project that just never got done.
The car just died right there.
Yeah, right here. It rusted right into the ground. Everything else. Oh yeah. That's like a one-man plow. Or
I had it on the back of we used to call in them days a half track. It was made out of a Model A Ford,
Yep.
and we just had it shortened up. And that's what we used for a tractor.
That is cool. It's like a one. Is that called a one furrow plow? Is that
One furrow, yeah.
one furrow?
It's got, did it have, no, it had no rubber on it ever.
That run, no rubber. That runs on the ground.
Yeah.
This here was the lever,
Okay.
and the lever went up and lifted it up.
Oh, the 3-point hitch or whatever.
Yeah.
I guess they're gonna, that's neat.
Skidoo?
Which one? This here?
No, the actual skidoo.
You can't have them.
Polaris.
You can't have.
Gotta give it a kiss goodbye. Well, it's going to a good home.
There you go by. I took them from the East Coast. Came from North Shore, New Brunswick.
Okay.
Great.
An area called Blacklands, New Brunswick. And that's
Wow.
where I was born. And my father had a sawmill there.
Yeah.
And all this stuff, he used to sell these things because he had a general store, like a,
Yep.
yeah. Between him and Eaton's.
Okay.
All right. Well, thank you very much. I'll
Sure.
keep you updated on it.
Dog.
Well, I've been fighting with my water system for a little while, and winter's coming. I think I got to do something about it. I've been actually grabbing water from the pond because basically the 12-volt pump that's hooked up to the cistern is well, it's a pain in the butt because as your batteries go out, then you can't get the pump running, and it's just like I'm just gonna grab water from the pond. It's not drinking water anyways. So I got some plans. I got some plans to that's a lot of soap. I got some plans to actually build a water tower because I'm fed up enough. That's really the mother of all invention is when you're irritated enough to do something about it, and I think that's the only way stuff gets done is when you're irritated enough to make it happen. Yeah, just washing this grill. Because if I had running water, I would turn it on right now. I don't know. What's first? It's either lunch or fix the water system. Dig myself a well on the hill because I think I found water. I found water up there. So dig a hand dug well, and then actually have a pump. Kind of like a solar pump that pumps water when it's sunny out, because it's not sunny out all the time, and to store it up high and then gravity feed it down here. So I don't know if that's a lofty goal to try to get that to work. I think it's doable. I think it's on the list. So is washing this grill, my flat top grill. It's just barbecue all day, every day. You appreciate running water when you don't have running water. As they say, that's good enough for the girls I go out with. You guys got any ideas for a water system? You can dig it in the ground. What if I just dig a big hole? Big hole and then just pump it out of the ground. Actually, that might work too, because then I could avoid the freezing problem. Big water cistern in the ground as opposed to water tower. Then I'd still have the same problem of the pumping problem. I don't know. There's two ways to look at it. One is the gravity feed, but then you got to deal with freezing. So what's the easier solution? The easier solution is to maybe put it in the ground and figure out a reliable pumping solution. The good thing about this grill is that you don't have to clean it all the time because you just use different quadrants of the grill and then just clean one when you need to use that quadrant to cook. So that's the, let's do this. There we go. It amazes me every time that starts. So this is a little flat top, Northridge flat top barbecue. Call it a grill. It's a griddle. It's a griddle. A little flat top griddle from Cabela's Bass Pro. I'm very pleased with it. Figure it's burger day. It's always kind of burger day, but today's extra special burger day. All right, so while I wait for that thing to warm up, I kind of want your guys' opinion on this. So I've been toying with the idea of refrigeration for a long time. This is what I've been using. This is the Joy 22 little refrigerator. It's a 12 volt. It plugs into the battery pack. Now, the problem is that refrigeration requires pretty much constant power in order for it to stay cool. So I've got a plan for kind of like not super cold, like not refrigeration cold, but for like long-term cold storage. You have to stay tuned for that. I've kind of started it. I haven't really introduced it yet. But what I want is active cold storage, like ice and refrigeration. So I've never seen the propane cooling, but I'd like to entertain that idea. Like, I know it's kind of like old technology, but it's reliable. I guess there's some drawbacks that it is like potentially unsafe because you got carbon monoxide potential. But like, this is the idea, like right here, is to put some sort of like a propane refrigerator. So if you guys got a recommendation for a propane refrigerator, like you have one, if you could just like write down in the comments which one you want me to check out, because that's what I want. I want to put something over here, kind of like a pantry, like a rodent-proof pantry over here that I can store stuff. Like, I've been pretty much, limited to, stuff I put in mason jars and hard containers that way. But yeah, so I actually happened to come across, there was an ad on Marketplace, and they had 100-pound propane tanks, and I guess they had expired, and they just wanted to get rid of them. So I ended up picking up. They said they were empty because I wanted to use them for like an art project. They kind of like cut them apart, and they were like, yeah, they for you to good home, whatever. And when I got there, they were full. So I have these 100-pound propane tanks that I'm going to hook up right there. So there's a hookup, and it's going to run my stove, my little oven here, and my refrigerator, hopefully, if I can get a propane refrigerator. So that's the plan there. So if you have a recommendation, put it down below. I'd like to check them out. Yeah, so that's the plan. Doorway here, refrigeration there, so it'll be like a true galley kitchen. This table goes away somewhere. Chris built it. I think it's a little too big, but that's just my opinion. Yeah, something else out in the addition is going to be the dining room out there. So this is just a kitchen prep area, and yeah. So yeah, that's the plan. All right, let's. I think my grill's hot enough. Let's go burger. Warm enough? Oh yeah, that might be too warm now. Put it down lower a bit. You know what else I'm thinking of is like a passive designed range hood, which would be good. Like, you could basically like custom sit it down here with like a little thing out the side, like a chimney. That would go a long way to make your bedroom not smell like cheeseburger. All these ideas, kind of creature comforts. Things that, like you bring it up from cabin to, yeah, you know what? I want to stay there. I don't really want to ever leave. That's kind of where I'm at now. It's yeah, craziness going on everywhere. You just kind of want to go to the woods and just stay there. Thinking creature comforts. Something like modernize the old cabin. Just like bring all of the amenities of urban living. Like a McMansion cottage. That's even a thing. Get all of the features of home. Cheeseburger. Cheeseburger. Get that melted. I think we're good. Good to go. Alright, let's see how we did. I'm a simple man. I just like cheeseburger with mustard on it. And if I had some mayo, I'd put mayo on there too. Actually, I usually dip it in mayo. I don't put it on the burger. I don't like warm mayo. I like dipping mayo. Oh, that's good. I think I need a bigger outdoor space. Big deck. Right off the front. Table, deck, pergola. Right behind you. Right behind where you guys are. Because originally, like, the small cabin had the little, like, the small deck where I'm sitting on right now. And, yeah, it served its purpose well, and it's just got to get a little bit bigger. Maybe like I don't know, something curvy. Something like this kind of carries on over here, and then just goes over there, and there's a big old area there. Kind of incorporate with the landscape. Yeah. I don't know, things to ponder while you sit here eating lunch. What do you guys think? I'm thinking glass railing. I don't want to obstruct the view. Actually, instead of glass railing, I think I still have some of those fire hall doors from the A-frame. Solid pickets, and then full glass panel. I like how railings actually give you a sense of space. When you don't have a railing, you always you don't get too close to the edge. Because you're, like, so that space is useless because it doesn't have, like, a defined area. So I think in that case, like, a railing actually gives you more space because it doesn't make you feel like you're going to fall off of the edge. Because here I don't have a railing, but if I had a railing, this actually might feel a little larger if it did have a railing. Another thing I got planned is a proper washroom. The outhouse has served its purpose well. It was kind of like the second thing I built down here, and it works really well. It's a hole in the ground, right? But I was thinking a little bit of an upgrade to actually do a proper washroom, either a composting toilet or a chemical toilet or something like that. If you guys have one that you guys can recommend, I would like it to know about it in the description down below. If you could just put the name of it, I can look it up, and yeah, so I'm thinking that, and possibly incorporating the outdoor shower. Like I had a problem a little while ago. A tree actually fell on it, ripped the door off. I haven't used it since. Yeah, so I was thinking either incorporate that into the washroom, so like a two-piece, like a sink / toilet, and then have like either a door so you just go outside into the outdoor shower, or just flat out just make a 3-piece bath, which it should be doable. Like it's not rocket science, but yeah, that's the future consideration that's going out the back of the addition would be like a full 3-piece bathroom, just to incorporate kind of everything all in one. Yeah, especially like, the shoulder season, the winter time and stuff like that. Like it's a real problem to go outside and have a really cold bathroom to go into. So that's one of the drawbacks. That's one of the reasons why my wife doesn't really like coming out here, is because she doesn't like the outhouse. Yeah, so that's why I would solve that problem with that, but that would be like a future episode. I'm just spitballing here, just kind of coming up with ideas, kind of going through the planning process. I'll involve you guys in the planning process. Those are kind of like long-term goals sort of thing, to have these, the creature comforts, the things that you've come to expect, in modern living, because it's, modern self-reliance is basically, as I define it, it's doing whatever, like, stuff that you have and making what you need, and not outsourcing pretty much anything, kind of doing it yourself. I've kind of always kind of done it myself. It's either because I'm cheap, or yeah, it's probably because I'm cheap. All right, I wanted to show you guys this stuff, because when I get new stuff, I want to show you guys. It's like show and tell. This is my first look at it. I'm just opening it now. This is the new blade from Norwood Industries, which is my sawmill. I kind of been looking for a new blade, and this is it's a saber tooth blade. It's a single one, but it's got a carbide tipped blade. Now this blade here is like, it's going to be a game changer. I'm not going to put it on right now. I just figured I'd let you guys know what it is. I got to find the exact name of it. I was asked to just, give it a try to see how I like it. I think it's carbide tipped. Let me get the name of it.
There's a QR code if you want to scan it.
All right, actually, it says it on the side of the box. Like, why did I look there first? All right, well, it's a Sabertooth 167 inch, which is the size of the saw, ultra premium Apex carbide blade. And this guy is pretty much supposed to do what an equivalent other blade is like. It's like 10 times the amount of time. So it says like they've been getting reports of like a 20-hour runtime, which is a lot of runtime. If you're like every time, just imagine you got like a 20-second cut. Like if you got 20 hours worth of cutting time, that's a lot of cutting time. So that'll really speed up the whole process of milling, because you don't have to change blades all the time. Because that was the thing, right? So you'd cut a couple, and you'd be like, I cut a couple logs, and then you'd spend time changing the blade, recalibrating the actual the ceramic guides and stuff like that. So this guy, this should be a game changer. I'm gonna try these things out. I'm not gonna try them out right now, but I do have to make a whole pile of siding, so that'll be a good test on these blades. If you guys have a sawmill at home, I'm curious of what blades you guys use. And like, do you guys switch out like softwood to hardwood? Like these are like the pitch on these guys are the distance between, I guess, the tooth is 7/8 of an inch at 10 degrees. So I'm wondering what like, I know softwood's about 3/4 of an inch, so there's less teeth per inch. And I don't know if you guys switch between the hardwood blades and the softwood blades. Like I tend to have a lot of softwood blades, and I kind of go back and forth. I know the hardwood blades take off a finer chip, and because it's got more teeth per inch. So I don't know if you guys just go with one, your tried, tested, and true blade, or if you guys switch it up when you go from hardwood to softwood. And yeah, lately I've been dry cutting. I don't know if that's a great idea or not. I'll probably, do a full test with the wet cutting. I'm going to add a little bit of pine sol in my slurry because there is a lot of pitch in the pine logs. And yeah, so I'm gonna give this guy a whirl. But anyways, let me know what your thoughts are in the comments down below. I'm curious what kind of blades you guys use, or what's your opinion?
This is the primary reason why I need a blade that I don't have to change very often, is because these are starting to show up. I got word that there was a lot clearing going on, and if I wanted some logs, and I said sure, if you can deliver them. So they've been bringing them to me. So if you look at the size of this guy, like this is a small one, which is about just over a hand width. That's about 4 hockey pucks. Anyway, so there's quite a few logs here. These are all white pine. These ones were cut last year, so they are dried up a little bit. They don't have the little sticky, the real sticky. Some people say mill in the winter time, especially when you're doing pine, so everything freezes up. But that's what the other ones. And I've kind of collected some of the larger size. This is going to be my siding on the cabin, which is they're right here. We got like, how many logs? We got 1, 2, 3, 4. Enough. There's enough here to do probably 2 cabins worth of siding, which is crazy, because it just kind of fell in my lap. I was asked if I wanted them, and I said sure. So there's about 500 trees that are coming. This is the first batch, so I probably have about, that's about a quarter of them in the pile there. So yeah, never looked a gift horse in the mouth. And certainly there's some logs that are just small, that I'm not going to actually have much use for, but they are useful for something, whether it be firewood or whatnot. So that's a pretty good score, I say. A lot of the crooked ones and the not so great ones, I've been just firewooding. What I find is that if I cut them really small, like under a foot in diameter, or under a foot in length, I can avoid splitting them to burn them. They just dry out, like the moisture comes out both ends, and then I just put them in my firewood crates like that, and then I can pack them in to the stove, and no problem. Just, yeah, like that one there is dry to begin with, and that one's just ugly. So yeah, the crooked ones and the not so desirable ones to mill, I've just been firewooding them as they come. All right, so the other day I had a little bit of a chicken fiasco, and I want to take you in here to kind of show you what happened. So I had a little bit of an incident with a hungry raccoon, what happened was it pretty much snuck in to the coop area. It opened the door, and it ate 3 of my chickens on 3 different nights before I ended up catching it. Now, you guys are gonna think, well, why didn't you do more to protect? You know what? Everybody eats chicken, including raccoons. So, silly me, I did not think that a raccoon would come through a cat door and then get into my coop, because they actually opened the latch. They opened the latch, got inside. They're little crafty little buggers. They use their little fingers, so this is actually screwed shut now. So it doesn't have to go in there. So like, I've got 1 chicken left, 1 lonely chicken. I'm looking for a friend for it. But yeah, it came in here. It ate the window up there because I guess it was trying to get out after it got in, and so as it turned out, it got in through the cat door. So that's now screwed shut. I haven't had an incident since then, primarily because the raccoon is dead now. Yeah, go figure. So I have 1 lonely chicken. I don't know if I'm looking for some, like an orphan chicken or like an adopted chicken. So it's been hanging out with me lately. Hey buddy. So I kind of let him out so he can just wander now. Hey, because I don't have really predators during the day, only at nighttime. So he wanders, or she wanders, and does her own thing. So yeah. The raccoon wasn't really greedy. It's not like it took them all at one night. It ate the thing completely. Like there was nothing left of the chicken. I've had times where they'd come in and they just slaughter them all and don't eat them. So I'm grateful that the raccoon actually ate the entire chicken. But yeah, anyways, that's currently the ongoing situation. I think I fortified it enough that I don't have a raccoon problem anymore. But yeah, you gotta kind of really reevaluate your security position every once in a while, just to ensure that you haven't overlooked anything, because apparently I overlooked some chicken security. Hey, what do you think? Yeah, you're doing okay right now? Yeah, she must have been either the feisty one, or B, the quiet one, because yeah. Hey, what do you think? Yeah, we'll get you some friends soon. She's been actually more vocal. I guess probably because she's bored. She just kind of follows. Like I said, she follows. She'll go over to the shop and she'll hang out there, or she, comes out and, just stands and stares at me. But yeah, she's more free range now that she doesn't have her friends. Anyways, that's the chicken situation currently. She's still producing eggs, so we're still getting one a day. Yes.